Welcome back everyone. Today I have another video. This time we're doing Don Flamingo with the Birdcage engine. I wanted to try it out. I forgot that I haven't actually done a video with this car, and it's actually a very interesting way to play Flamingo. And I think of course you have to focus around that car. So everything that you do is trying to enforce that ability, right? So we're playing 3 cages. For those that you don't know what the car does, because it's a car that you don't see too much play. But if your leader is a Don Quixote, which of course our leader is, any car, yours and your opponent's, that is 5 or less, they cannot become active. And when you have 10 done, exactly 10 done, destroy all the characters in rest mode that are 5 or less. So what it comes down to, and there's a different ways to play this car, and one of the most important ways is like try to not let the cage pop, and the way that you do that is by playing Kid or Queen. That way you go to 9 down for the turn, and then at the end of the turn it's not gonna pop, so you force the opponent to not be able to keep attacking with their cards. Meanwhile, all cards are gonna be able to attack. Cards like Diamante, which restands at the end of the turn, Pika, which for 1 down gets to restand, so we put it as a 2. It would be more, but it doesn't have any counters, so that's the big hinder for this card. I think this card should have a combo, but it's fine. It's not it's an okay card. We have Kid, which is a 7-drop, so he will always be able to attack. And if we have Kid on the board every turn, we just don't pop the Birdcage at all, which is really good. Like it's really undervalued, like if you get to do that, right? And then we have Mischief, which allows us to tap something that is 5 or less, so it always like forces something into the cage, which is really nice. It works very well in contention with the cards that we're playing. Viola and Baby 5 as 2K counters. You don't really play them, but they're searchable out of Baby 5, so you should play them, of course. Baby 5 Searcher just searches the whole deck. It's like your turn 1 play pretty much always, because it gives you more consistency and it gets you the cage. It gets you what you're missing, so it's really good. Sugar, with the cage is absolutely busted, because she still works while rested. Like, she doesn't need to rest. To play rest up to your opponent's character with a on play. I'm sorry. I think it still works even if she's rested. Then rest this card. I think it still works. I'm not entirely sure. If someone knows that answer, please let me know in the comments. But I think it still works even if she's rested. She can still rest something at the opponent's field. But it works really well because you can rest whatever the opponents play. It plays very well with Flamingo. Like in general, this card is just amazing, and absolutely have to play it in Flamingo. And then everything else, the Queen is just so you can keep the cage from popping. So you kind of do have to play it. I know it's an expensive card, but this deck is not. It's not that expensive, to be honest. And then as our events that we play Paradise Waterfall, so we can defend with the Queen and also restand it. We play Gibson, so we tap whatever the opponent has that is 4 or less. Really good with the cage. Again, another synergy card for that one. And then we play a Spider Web, so we can restand whatever we have tapped that cannot restand because of the cage. And that way we get around our own disadvantage of playing the cage, and we just force the opponent to not be able to attack us, or if they do attack us, they get punished by that. It works very nice. You're gonna see some gameplays. Main issue is that you're still too slow to like try to beat Sakatsuki. There's some ways that I'm going to show you how maybe you can play around that with the Birdcage also, which kind of maybe works depending on what happens, because the opponent is not going to be able to aggress you back because you have the Birdcage. But still, it's not the easiest matchup. It's really difficult, and if you're winning, it's because you really just like scrape out a win because you drew 2 10-drops and what else, right? And also doesn't have the best yellow matchup, like especially if they play Big Mom. If they play Big Mom, they just burn your life, and it is really difficult. But against everything else, it can have a decent matchup. Like there's some matchups, it's really polarizing for this matchup. Like it is a really good matchup or it's a really bad matchup. It's one like on both extremes. It's never like in between. But yeah, the deck is still very fun. The deck still does pretty decently, so I want to showcase it. And yeah, let's go see some gameplay. Alright, and we're gonna play against Luffy. I think Luffy is a decent matchup for us because we have the cage, and the cage is really good, honestly. And I could get a 2k counter. I think that's fine versus this leader. I just want to be a little bit more defensive since I already have a turn 1 blocker basically. That works out very well for us. And we're going to play Pika turn 2. That's actually very good too. So that card is going to come clutch in this game. Oh, he plays ulti and page 1 combo. I mean, that's fine. We already know we're going to just attack and do Pika here. And I don't have to worry about ulti and page 1, so that's pretty good because I have the leader ability here. I mean the cage ability. I only want to take 1 damage, and I don't know how much he's going to attack me for. Maybe I should have comboed this one too. Okay, I guess we'll take 2 damage. Not the biggest deal. Now, Magellan is annoying for sure. Yeah, I shouldn't take a 2nd damage here. And this is a good play for me, not to take a damage. And we go 5, 6. You must be thinking I'm racing, but I'm not. I just want to play a cage. And we get to restand it with Pika. So we're in a decent spot at the moment. We have some good counter power here. So I'm not as scared. Pong Gibson doesn't do anything here, but it's a counter that it can work very well for us. I guess I'm going to have to use a counter here. I don't want to go to 0. I mean to 1. That would be kind of like unadvisable here. And I guess I want to play... I want to be able to keep up Gibson. And I want to play the 5 cost. Does that allow me to attack? Yeah, it does allow me to attack for 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I attack for 7. I messed up. Should have been for 6. Because then that only leaves me for 1. Yeah, that is my bad. I should have attacked for 6. Although that did deal a damage, so it wasn't that bad. I don't think I'm ever gonna play this Flamingo here in this matchup. I think that's a card that I definitely am not gonna be able to play. And then this Eustace attacking for 8, it feels really bad. So I'm gonna have to combo out of an attack that I don't want to. Yeah, this feels really bad. It could have been just a Pong Gibson, to be honest. But I mean, I guess I'm gonna have some defense here. Oh, and that queen is actually very nice. I guess we do 1 spider web. Although it can restand, but I think it's fine because we can just restand with the leader ability here. I guess we attack for 6 only. 6, 6. Well, I guess we could attack for 6, 7. That wouldn't be bad either. Then 1 for the... Oh, actually, I don't need to restand the Pika now because I have the spider web. So I can just restand it with the spider web. So yeah, this is much better. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. Okay, fair enough. And then here, he only has 3 attackers, so he attacked with a blocker. That means he's trying to commit, I think, into going for game. We restand the Pika because it's free. And I think he has a 9-drop Kaido. I think that's what he's been symbolizing here the whole game. I could block and just restand. I'm trying to keep my board as much as I can. Here he goes for 7. There's no unblockable that he can play. The best thing that he can do is Kaido. Kaido block, like, destroys one of the guys. Makes me block with the other one, but I have 2 attackers to go for game. He already blocked with everything else, so... Yeah, I mean, I think this is fine. Yeah, I win in the end, so that was a good matchup to showcase. I think if I just go next turn, I go 10, 11, probably just is good enough to win here. Alright, and we're gonna play against Bello Betty. We do have this guy, Macvice, I think is his name. Don't judge me on that one. And he's gonna be really good in this matchup for sure. I think I have a decent matchup on this one. I think I'm favored on this one for sure because we have Sugar, and Sugar allows us to just remove his board consistently. So that's really good. And we'll see what he does from here. Kuma is a good answer for Sugar, so that's he's doing okay. I have to take that one, which feels really bad, but and I guess I'll attack for 5. Oh, okay. So I've seen this build before, and I think it's actually pretty decent. Where they play 7-drop Big Mom, and then they play all the heal cards, so that you can they just get the triggers. That punishes a little bit the opponents that are not attacking you, because then when they decide to attack you, then you get heal for free, and that feels really, really okay. Or you can just use the card as a 5-cost a spell, so they can they heal the opponent, and at that point the opponent is gonna have like 7-8 life, and if they don't want to attack you, eventually they're gonna have to attack you, right? So I think it's a decent style to play the deck. But since I'm attacking, then he has to attack back and hope that I will see what happens, right? Well, they shouldn't have too many counters, but at least I'm going to be able to attack with everything. If I had the cage, that would be really good here. But I don't. But I still have 2 blockers. 2 blockers are good enough. He's going to have to use his hand to use the abilities here. I think I have the spider web. I have a good enough defense here. He could force me to do... This guy does KO something, but might as well just block out of that one. Why not? I force him to do a big number on another card here instead of a small one. Well, I just get a free block here. That's great. Okay, Smoothie. Right, we can tap down the Smoothie, attack it for 7. Attack this guy for 7. And if he combos out, we'll attack it again. And again, we should be attacking here. There's no reason not to. Maybe the opponent combos out of this one, but I wouldn't think so, right? That version, I think I'm not as scared of because they don't have that many triggers. Yeah, they could have the Saki trigger here and there, but I don't think they have that many triggers because they have to accommodate for all the other cards. And I already know that still makes it difficult to get all the triggers out of life. But again, I still think it's decent enough. I think this is one of the ways to play the deck that it feels actually very good. And he attacks for 9 again. And I guess he hasn't learned a little lesson on maybe attacking for 10 is better. He attacks for 7. I want to attack, block, and combo 2k is fine. Let's see if he attacks with Bell Betty. And we're going in, I guess, because we have 10-drop Flamingo. We gotta put him low, so our Flamingos are much better. But he's gonna combo out of those. I think he knows what's coming. Okay, and you see how he good, if I was not gonna attack him for the rest of the game, and then it came down to me having to go for game, and he has those type of cards on live. He had 2 of those. Then it really is, it could have actually just closed the game here. It's interesting how it works. And he is gonna pump the team and trying to deal some damage. But I think I can go for game from here. Well, it depends on what happens here, honestly. He attacks for 6. Oh, 6 is not the number. I can just block and combo 1k. And then you're gonna have to attack my guy, and that's not something that you want to be doing. I think he may stop here. He might want to play something else, I guess. Okay, he plays the Sanji. I'm okay with this. I think I can just play a second Flamingo. I attack one of the Sanjis, of course. Attack the leader. I don't think there can be a trigger where he has 0 cards in hand. Never mind. There is a trigger where you have 0 cards in hand. And I guess I'm just gonna. I'm gonna attack again. At the car on board, because I think if I survive this turn, I should be able to win next turn. So why not just like get rid of one car on board just in case. He attacks the leader and he's going for it. I guess I'll take this one. Doesn't feel good. Oh, this is a great trigger here at Alive, because even if he does pump the remaining characters, he's gonna need a rusher now, and even then, that he was needing a rusher before. Now it's just not even that good. Oh, I keep forgetting that I have the thing, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter. There is no rusher that could have stopped, like, going for game there. And then attacks 5, attack 7, and then attack 10, and then attack the remaining. Alright, and we're gonna play against Sakatsuki. This hand is not special, to be honest. Baby 5 is good, so I'm gonna take it. We get our first 10 drop. This is one, if not the only way to beat this deck, to be honest, for us. So I'll take it. Now we get to play a Sugar, attack the ulti. That's good value here, right there. I'll take it. Then we get to maybe play Queen. Although, I think I want to play the 10... Well, we could play Queen and then the 7 drop. That's not terrible. We lose a turn, but we don't have any other play. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. This guy is actually very decent on this matchup. Especially if we find the cage. Could be really good. And I'm deciding what to combo here, but because I'm thinking that the next play is gonna be the Kid. Although again, the Kid has its own problems because it gets removed fairly easily. Playing only one card, honestly, playing one card and not doing enough damage is been the issue here, right? But at least we do get to combo to this one. Then this Borsalino is a problem, but hopefully he's running out of removal? Question mark. Maybe. I don't know. I need another 10 drop. Because 1 locks the 2 characters. 2 might be able to win me the game. But only 1 here is not good enough, I think. And then we go Kusan. Kusan, drop a card. That's good. And then, that's not good for us, honestly. An Ice Age is really terrible for us. And this Kusan is actually kind of really bad. But he attacked before. He didn't just respect the Punk Gibson. I should maybe do the Gibson. Oh, no. Well, I can do the Gibson and the Borsalino attack. So it's not as bad. And then we combo to that one. Okay. I guess we have to remove this guy, because if not, the 10 drop is never going to happen. And then let him go. And then hopefully now we're able to play the 10 drop. And we draw a second one and maybe we can win. I know it's asking for a lot, but asking for a lot is what kind of you need to win this matchup here. Oh boy, it's gonna hurt. 8. Well, 8 at least we can combo out without much of a problem. And then he attacks for 9. Ooh, second one. Okay. Okay, it's looking better. This could happen. This could happen. Attack for 5 because I do want to block the Sabo. But he has an answer for that. He has a 1k counter. So, again, we're in a spot where we have to Hail Mary somehow. We have to find the best spot to actually go for game. And right now, the best spot... Oh, my God. Well, this is not great. He has a second Ice Age. And that's just not... That doesn't feel good, to be honest. At least we're able to combo out of this one, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. And then... Yeah, we attack for 5. Hopefully he doesn't block with Rebecca. Then we get a tapping trigger out of life, or we get a tap you Rebecca. We can search it with Baby 5. So that's the priority of my list right now, is not to combo with Baby 5. Oh, don't remove the Flamingo though. If you remove the Flamingo, I have no options left. Maybe tapping down that brand new was a bad idea overall. I think I have to take, because I need something that taps that Rebecca, or for him to attempt to go for game. And I guess, yeah, I mean, we comboed this one. And we comboed that Baby 5, and that was a mistake. Although we did draw the sugar, so best case scenario here. I shouldn't have comboed the Baby 5. Although, Baby 5, I mean, I had the 4-drop, which was a guaranteed tap. So, yeah, I mean, Baby 5 was not a guaranteed sugar, so fair enough. Maybe it was better to keep up the 4. But sugar is better here. And I attack 11 here. I mean, and I'm going for the Hail Mary here. Hopefully that's enough. 11, 12. That has to be, what, 4 4K counters? 4 2K counters? If he has 4 2K counters, he wins, I guess. And he did have it. Well, I mean, we did the best that we could. I mean, we still were there up to the end. It does take, that was the last counter too. It does take this kind of draw where you have to like tap their last blocker out, and then you have Flamingo to just maybe go for game. Double Flamingo, that's like the best way to beat this matchup, but it's not consistent enough to like me for telling you like to win that way, of course. All right, and turn 1, I just play Baby 5 and just search. Didn't do anything else. Now, I could play Sugar, and I think that's fine, because then he's forced to attack the Baby 5. So I think I'm okay with that. Just use her as a blocker for right now. And then we play Diamante. He could attack the yeah, okay. I'm okay with this, I think. We'll go 5, 6. I mean, playing Diamante here is good, I think. And him comboing out here is fine as well. I don't think it's bad. Now, this is a hard matchup because, you know, their late game is very strong. And we being forced to take some damage here is not ideal. I guess I could block. Might as well just sit a couple of cards because I don't have many plays here. Interesting card to draw right now. It's not bad. And we can keep it alive with like a queen. And then we're not going to play around Connors out of life. Because if he has Connors out of life, I think we just lose. Like, this is already a bad matchup. Forcing us to combo out of life, it's just not it. It is really bad for us. And the queen at least prevents him from getting the value from Prospero. But, however, I might not have another play to do next turn. So that's like the downside of doing this play. But at least I don't have to attack him. Granting life, it feels really bad here. Not the greatest. I guess I could use a Pawn Gibson here. Yeah, so I can block. I can tap both. See, that feels fine, I guess. And then I can block and do a 2K counter. Oh, I shouldn't block, right? Because I cannot attack if I block. That's how it works, the cage, right? You cannot untap at the beginning. Yeah, I guess I'll have to take here. And I could play queen, even though it's gonna pop the... I mean, at least it's not gonna be this turn. Get a 2K counter. I guess that's fine. See what we get out of the second one. We get a 10-drop Flamingo. That's not bad. Because now we can play this one. And whatever he plays, we get to tap it down and then play 10-drop Flamingo. I think that works. And then we can go 9 here. I mean 8. Keep up 2 and then it should be okay. I like this. Oh, I hit a Thunderbolt. Well, that makes it a little bit more difficult for sure. Hopefully he doesn't have a 10-drop Big Mom, because that will make this matchup fairly impossible. Huh. Do I grant my opponent a life? I guess I do. It's not great though. I could block and restand, but might as well do this. Maybe restand one of the baby 5s. I guess I can use combo and then use the combo to on top with the with this guy. We attack for 9, so I guess that's only a spider web. That is fine. And then he's gonna play a pudding, which I guess we're fine with that. I could delay the cage, removing something, and him getting procced out of both Perosperos could have been worth that. I mean, it's not easy. It's not easy here for sure. He gets a Thunderbolt, which I don't think he wants to use, and he gets a Pudding, which again, well, this is not 10 or Big Mom. So if he doesn't find one, which should be in a good spot, and he didn't, so we might as well trash that life. I mean, give him a life. I'm sorry, trash a life. Not on this spot. I got another Big Mom. Well, at least this one, the last one, is gonna be less of a problem. And he already attacked for 5, so let's see if he attacks with the Big Mom. But he might be fearing a second 10-drop Flamingo. Okay, he is fearing a second 10-drop Flamingo. Okay, I kind of like that. And here, I guess I get the 2k counter is probably the best thing that I can do. Just do the Queen. Trying to survive one more turn, I think will be really good. And then just trying to go for it. That's my best shot at winning this one, honestly. Then hit some triggers out of life so I can tap them down. I don't know. That will be really good. For sure. But I think, ooh. He discarded the 1000 volts. I was not expecting that. He has to combo to 5, right? Oh, he didn't. Well, that definitely give us an opening here to be able to win. Well, now I guess he blocks with Sanji. Okay. So he's at 3 life. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 attackers if we survive this turn. So I think that's where we're going. And I definitely have to trash the last life, because if I grant him another life, I'm not gonna be able to kill him next turn. And the best thing that I can do is just this. I could leave the baby 5. Might as well use this. Untap the baby 5, and in case he plays up like a mini blocker that I need to search for a sugar so I can tap it down, probably just should be fine. He doesn't play mini blocker, so that's fine. We do Punk Gibson, of course. And then we have enough for Punk Gibson. Leader, and then do this one. Okay. Then we do Punk Gibson. And we have enough for block and 2-on-1. That should give us enough attackers to really push through my opponent here. And try to go for a game. He played 3 of the 7-drop Big Moms, eh? I mean, not as good as the 10-drop, but definitely good. And then here we'll just do the attack for 8, because that has to give me exactly 2 cards. Now attack for this much, and then attack for 9, 10. Hopefully that's enough. If he is a trigger alive, I'm toast. But no, he didn't have any more counters. Yeah, I mean, that's a difficult one. If he drops a 10-drop Big Mom on this game, I think I would have lost at any point. So yeah, I mean, take it with a grain of salt, this win. Okay, and we're gonna play against Sakatsuki. Now, this matchup is probably very terrible, to be honest. But we're gonna try to do our best here. Now, I think I'm gonna try something different that I have not tried until just now, which is trying to use the cage as a tempo piece. And you'll see what I mean in a second. Instead of playing the cards right now, like the Diamante or whatever the case, I could just play like a Pika here and attack for like 6. But instead of doing that, I'm just gonna play the cage. And that way he doesn't attack me with his board, and I can just go attack for a big number, force my opponent to attack me, and then attack for a big number, and the same. And then after he has probably like a full board, to be honest, then we play start playing our things, and then force him to play like something else. Like, you see what I mean here in a second. So attacking for 7 here, and then playing the cage. So that prevents the opponent from attacking with the Kusans, most likely. And there is another issue here with him attacking with the Kusans. I have Pawn Gibson now. So if he attacks with Sakatsuki for a weak number, I'm just going to tap a Kusan. And that's not going to feel good for him, because now he's going to be locked. And, well, let's see. Maybe he attacks with the Kusan. That's also very bad for him. And he does attack with the Kusan here. Well, okay, so I mean, I just get to Pawn Gibson the other one. That's just great. And then now, what does the Saka do here? Play another dude? I mean, it could be good, but deal me the damage. 2 can be nice. And this guy here is going to be actually very good in combination with the cage. So here, I think I play Pika. Force the damage. I should just force the damage here. I mean, he has a lot of cards in hand. That's. Ooh, playing another one here feels really bad. Yeah, I think I should just force the damage. Just feels really bad to play 2 guys here, because they just get removed my opponent's abilities here. And instead, what I can do is just whatever he plays here, I can just tap it down, and then my opponent will not be able to restand the next turn. So this guy is really important for this strategy, the 4-drop. Maybe I should amp it up, because I think it has performed very well, actually. Maybe more than 2 is better. But in the meantime, I combo out of 5s. Might as well use the Gibson here. Why not? Because removes another attacker for him. And then we'll see what happens. Now, he plays the Borsalino because it's the best answer to this card. Now he doesn't have to be too worried about this. However, I can't just put him to 0, honestly. And that's what I should have done. I should have just put him to 0. Playing 2 cards here is really bad. But Diamante is not terrible at this spot. But I think put him to 0, forcing him to keep playing blockers. And when he attacks with this guy, with the leader and Borsalino, then I would have been in a much better spot. You see, here, I think that was my mistake for me here. Just, like, what I did was incorrect. I should have just put him to 0, and then that way he's forced to play blockers instead of, like, Borsalinos or whatever the case. Or he does the Rob Lucian only 1 card, which feels really bad for him, right? And then, I mean, second Flamingo could be really good, though. And we do get the freeze here, so, I mean, I'm most likely gonna lose this Flamingo, but the second one, hey, the second one might get us there. We'll see what happens. Although this board, it looks kind of scary, not gonna lie. I mean, he does a hound place here, or whatever the case might be. I mean, it could be really bad for us. Well, Hamilace it doesn't matter. We're probably gonna take the damage anyway. And Kid is not definitely what I want to see here. I think any other card would have been really nice here, but I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, it'll be what it be. Rebecca, only one blocker. I mean, okay. He should block here because he already seen the Pawn Gibson and what he can do to him. And comboing a Rebecca is not it. I don't think so. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if you have a Rebecca ready on board. But now it is when it gets complicated for him. Because if he would have blocked with the Rebecca, he had another Rebecca up. And then it would have been really good for him. But now I have the Gibson. And I highly doubt he will be able to go for game. Like, I don't think he's going to try to. But we're going to stop that. I mean, now that he tried. And now, well, ain't that the question? What does he do here? Okay, so he plays a second Rebecca. And I guess Rebecca can buy him back a Borsalino. Okay. But I think he messed up. He should have done this after he attacked. Because maybe we get... I mean, I'm thinking here that I could get Loki out of life. And then maybe tap this Rebecca. Or I need 2 tappers. And I'm going to need the cards that I don't have in hand. So taking that damage there, I think was really well calculated. Because I needed I needed 2 tappers. I knew that much. And now he plays a second one. And this baby 5 could find me a tapper. And it did. So we played 2 outs. I think our outs there was my opponent attacking correctly. That's what I say is a bad matchup. Like, even through playing it how I played it, like, he was still able to almost get out of that one and win. And we just won because he made a small misplay. I think, however, if I would have done it differently, as I said, if I wouldn't put him to 0 and played just one dude, then I would have been in a much better spot because the back-to-back 10 drop would have actually been really good because he would have been a little bit of trouble trying to remove both Flamingos and trying to play blockers. So I do think if I played that correctly, I would have been in a much better spot and probably would have been able to win without having to get Saki out of life, of course. All right, and we have Kara here, and this is the problem with this hand. I mean, with this deck versus Karakuri, like, my pressure is almost not existent until like turn 7. How am I gonna deal any damage until turn 7? At least I guess I have baby 5. I could play Sugar, but it just does not feel good. 10 drop is fine and all, but this is just not. It's not it. I don't think it's gonna be a good one. Well, this is not great. But I want him to tap his stuff. Okay, that's decent. He's gonna tap his stuff and then we can cage. That actually could work. And then we can tap whatever he plays. I should combo to this one, however. We do get to tap it down. That's cool. That is really good. So now we get to attack the leader and ignore his board. The bad thing is that his Perospero does get some value here. But, I mean, it be what it be. It is what it is. I might have to take this one. I mean, don't have to, but... No, I don't have to do this. Oh, well, that was terrible. I guess I should have seen that coming. I should have comboed that one, take this life, and call it a day, probably. Because granting a life here feels terrible. And I'm just gonna take a life and see where this takes me. Attack for what? 7? 8. Yeah, I mean that's it's gonna have to be that way. Since we're going first, at least the big mom. I mean, we're going second. The big mom might not be as punishing. And then here we get to block and waterfall, which feels okay. And from here, doesn't feel good though. Going to 0 here. Yeah, I should have comboed that 2k. That was my mistake. And I cannot even attack with Diamante here. That's how bad it is right now for me. Yeah, 7, 8, and then 10 drop Big Mom will win the game here. I have to grant him a life, which it feels even worse. And he forces me to take the last life. And from here, I just don't see a path forward. I can play a blocker, maybe even 2, but how am I gonna deal those 4 damage into like a big mom that is coming or something like that? Heal him again. I mean, we're gonna try. We're gonna try to survive 1 extra turn, and then we'll do what we've been doing the whole game. But it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. This is gonna be a tough one. He has too many cards in hand. He has too much life. And I've been completely outclassed this game, I think. And then here, I'm hoping that also we have to play around triggers, but I'm just hoping no triggers are coming down here. And then that trigger is also very good here, because now we have to keep a whole board and somehow be able to win. It just looks very difficult for us. But we're gonna try. We're troopers like that. Yeah, attacking for 9s here is kind of really good. Yeah, I think he just got it here. I cannot sustain this. He could have played another 7-drop. I guess the 7-drop didn't do anything, but look at that hand. Just 2k counters for days. That's terrible. Alright, and for final thoughts on this deck, I like the deck. I like the innovation of the birdcage. Like it adds another layer of complexity to the game, which is really nice. I think it's a strong card, but I don't know if it's strong enough to be competitive. I do like what everything in the deck is trying to do, but I mean, still sometimes it falls short in some instances of the game. But that's the deck. Not every deck is gonna be perfect against everything. And if you're trying to build it like this, I mean, it's going to have a little bit of trouble with some of the matchups. I think I'm going to give it a 3.5 because, I mean, it's good versus some matchups. It's really bad versus some others. So you have to take it for what it is. Sometimes it's just what you have, right? It's just what the leader is able or capable to do versus some matchups is not good enough. And this is one of the times for this one. So yeah, with that being said, thank you all for watching and have a good day.